There's something special about a world that feels alive, where every mountain hides a secret, every village has a story, and every choice shapes your fate. These 25 new fantasy open-world RPGs capture that magic perfectly. They're bold, beautiful, and built to pull you in. So let's wander off the map and see what new realms are calling. Longevity Yin and Yang is an upcoming action RPG steeped in Chinese mythology and history, developed by indie studio 11 Games. Set during the Ming Dynasty, the game explores themes of immortality and spiritual balance, drawing inspiration from ancient legends and imperial secrets. Built on Unreal Engine 5, it features stunning visuals and fluid combat mechanics that have drawn comparisons to titles like Black Myth, Wukong. Players will journey through mystical ruins, confront supernatural foes, and uncover the mysteries behind the pursuit of eternal life. With its rich cultural backdrop and mythological depth, Longevity Yin and Yang promises a captivating blend of storytelling, exploration, and martial arts action.
也罢，你我识君之路，分君之忧。长生的事儿还得用心去办。 速去速回吧。
山里真能挖出来长生不老药吗？那管他呢，有倭人出了大价钱，咱们这买卖赔不了本儿。什么人？
看来上头的线索无误。 不过此地已被贼匪占据，还需小心行事。
真来了个不长眼的，想将老子看上的宝贝！
壁上所绘之物，似是神仙斗法。可这世上，当真有神仙吗？这巨型石像，是何人所建？
民横妖之世人，以肉身在此，修护持之要务。有些东西不是你该拿的。 雷生发，风随雷奔，急急！去会。
Loulan, The Cursed Sand is a dark fantasy action RPG set along the ancient Silk Road where you play as a skeletal warrior powered by magical sand. In this game, you take on the role of Cursed Sand, a resurrected warrior on a mission to rescue his beloved princess from a lost desert kingdom. Armed with sand-based powers, you'll battle monstrous foes and uncover the secrets of Loulan, a place inspired by real-world archaeological mysteries. The game features a dual-form protagonist, shifting between skeletal and golden-armored states, adding depth to both combat and storytelling. Developed by Chili Room and part of the PlayStation China Hero project, it offers a top-down hack-and-slash experience with atmospheric visuals and lore-rich environments. Project TAL is a story-driven open-world action RPG inspired by Korean mythology, set to release in 2027 for PC and consoles. Developed by Madden Gene and published by We Made Max, the game reimagines Korea's traditional Tal masks and folklore into a rich fantasy world. You'll explore vast landscapes, battle massive monsters, and uncover a narrative centered on healing a wounded world. Combat is fast-paced and cinematic, featuring tactical counterattacks, skill combos, and the ability to leap onto enemies to exploit weak points. With AAA production values and a focus on emotional storytelling, Project TAL aims to stand alongside global heavyweights in the RPG genre. Aion 2 is the long-awaited sequel to the classic MMORPG Aion, promising a fresh take on the franchise with modern visuals and deeper storytelling. Developed by NC Soft, the game shifts from the original's aerial combat focus to a more grounded, action-oriented experience, while still retaining its fantasy roots. Set in a vast open world filled with lore, factions, and dynamic battles, Aion 2 introduces new characters, revamped systems, and a timeline that predates the first game. Players can expect immersive environments, strategic PvP, and a narrative that explores the origins of the conflict between Elyos and Asmodeans. Built for mobile and PC, it aims to bring the Aion universe to a new generation of players. Black Myth. Zhong is an upcoming action RPG rooted in Chinese folklore centered around the legendary demon hunter Zhong. Developed by Game Science, the same studio behind Black Myth Wukong, this title explores darker themes of justice, vengeance, and the supernatural. You'll step into the shoes of Zhong as he battles demonic forces, navigates moral dilemmas, and uncovers secrets buried in ancient myths. The game promises intense combat, cinematic storytelling, and a richly detailed world powered by Unreal Engine 5. With its focus on traditional Chinese culture and mythological depth, Black Myth Zhong aims to deliver a gripping experience that blends fast-paced action with emotional weight.
What risk going back? This place. We've got food on our table and...
Mortal Shell 2 is the standalone sequel to the cult hit dark fantasy RPG, bringing back its signature brutal combat and eerie atmosphere. Developed by Cold Symmetry and set for release in 2026, the game expands on the original Souls-like formula with more refined mechanics, new shells to possess, and a deeper, lore-rich world. You'll once again step into the role of a mysterious entity using fallen warrior bodies, called shells, to survive in a decaying realm ruled by false gods. Combat is intense and tactical, demanding precision and patience, while exploration reveals haunting environments and cryptic storytelling. With upgraded visuals and expanded gameplay systems, Mortal Shell 2 aims to deliver a more immersive and punishing experience for fans of dark, challenging RPGs.
They'll worship you until you fail. Then what? You're no god, but neither are they.
Swords of Legends is a single-player action RPG steeped in Chinese underworld mythology where you play as Si Pan, an undead enforcer guiding lost souls. Developed by Oregon Shanghai, this game is a spiritual successor to the Gujian series and marks its first global release. You'll wield divine artifacts and mystical techniques to battle supernatural horrors drawn from ancient texts like the classic of mountains and seas. Combat is fast-paced and strategic, with abilities that let you summon spirits, bind enemies, and unleash devastating attacks. The world is designed with a wide, linear structure, balancing focused storytelling with exploration. With its rich lore, cinematic visuals, and deep emotional themes, Swords of Legends offers a fresh yet culturally grounded RPG experience.
In your scroll of death, not one of them dies quietly. You, a soulless husk, you can judge my fate. Why wrestle rogues when their artifacts can do what brute strength cannot?
What? A soulless husk?
The living cast their dead to flame, and sacrifice ignites the war banners!
Here we go again.
If you know not life, how can you know death?
Nioh 3 is the next chapter in the brutal samurai action RPG series, set to release on February 6th, 2026 for PlayStation 5 and PC. Developed by Team Ninja and published by Koei Tecmo, the game follows Tokugawa Takechiyo, the grandchild of Tokugawa Ieyasu, as he battles yokai and supernatural forces on his path to becoming shogun. Like its predecessors, Nioh 3 features intense, Souls-like combat with deep customization, allowing players to tailor their character's appearance, skills, and fighting style. This time, you'll master both samurai and ninja techniques in a more open-world setting, facing off against terrifying enemies in richly detailed environments. With upgraded visuals, expanded lore, and refined gameplay, Nioh 3 aims to deliver a punishing yet rewarding experience for fans of dark fantasy and Japanese history.
What makes a shogun? Here is my answer.
Foolish of you to have entered the depths of hell! Who might you be, warrior?
Tokugawa Takechio.
Beast of Reincarnation is a post-apocalyptic action RPG set in Japan in the year 4026, starring Emma the Sealer and her loyal dog Ku. Developed by Game Freak, best known for the Pokemon series, this marks their first AAA title outside that franchise. You play as Emma, a young woman cursed with blight powers that let her manipulate nature to fight and traverse a world ruined by corruption. The game is described as a one-person, one-dog experience, blending emotional storytelling with demanding technical combat. With themes of humanity, rebirth, and companionship, Beast of Reincarnation promises a rich narrative and challenging gameplay when it launches in 2026 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Seireki 4026年、人類は滅亡を待つのみ。封じ子エマ、お前こそが輪廻の獣を滅ぼす刃となる。
Crimson Desert is an open-world action-adventure RPG from Pearl Abyss, blending high fantasy storytelling with gritty medieval realism. Set in the war-torn continent of Pywell, you play as Macduff, a mercenary burdened with leadership and haunted by his past. The game offers a mix of cinematic storytelling, brutal melee combat, and dynamic exploration. Think horseback battles, grappling hooks, and even dragon encounters. Built on a custom engine, Crimson Desert showcases stunning visuals and seamless transitions between cutscenes and gameplay. It's a spiritual successor to Black Desert, but stands on its own with a single-player focus and optional online elements. With its rich lore and visceral action, it's shaping up to be one of the most ambitious RPGs on the horizon.
All will come together as one. We fight for the future of all. Sound the horn of our final battle. Fight! Fight for Pywell!
Your fight is not for revenge, nor glory, nor pride.
This is your hell!
Remember who you are, and let it guide your path. For at the end of it, you will find the answers you seek.
Woochi the Wayfarer is a single-player fantasy action-adventure game set in Korea's Joseon era, blending traditional mythology with cinematic storytelling. Developed by Lore Vault and published by Nexon Games, the game follows John Woochi, a legendary mage known as the Dosa, or Wayfarer, inspired by the classic Korean novel The Tale of John Woochi. Built on Unreal Engine 5, it features vivid visuals and a rich narrative that explores themes of justice, rebellion, and spiritual power. Players will journey through a beautifully crafted world filled with supernatural forces, ancient secrets, and emotional depth. With no release date announced yet, Woochi the Wayfarer is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
기어코 여기까지. 참으로 정성이십니다.
Solasta 2 is the sequel to the tactical fantasy RPG Solasta, Crown of the Magister, bringing deeper storytelling, refined mechanics, and a new world to explore. Developed by Tactical Adventures, the game takes place in Nioh, a mana-infused land threatened by a dark force led by the enigmatic Shadwin. You'll guide a party of adventurers through perilous realms using turn-based combat based on the SRD 5.1 rule set, meaning dice rolls still decide your fate. Solasta 2 expands on character creation, class builds, and spellcasting, while introducing new factions, companions, and lore. With early access planned for early 2026, it promises a more immersive experience for fans of strategic RPGs and tabletop-inspired gameplay.
Know so little about their cost.
A taste of the land's limitless power can corrupt even the noblest of intentions.
Fatekeeper is a first-person action RPG set in a handcrafted fantasy world filled with ancient ruins, forgotten relics, and magical combat. Developed by Paraglacial and published by THQ Nordic, the game invites players to master sword and sorcery as they explore a richly detailed realm shaped by past cataclysms. You'll battle a wide variety of enemies, each with unique strengths and patterns using a mix of melee and magic. The world is designed for exploration, with hidden lore and secrets tucked into serene forests, underground caverns, and crumbling sanctuaries. Your choices, spells, and relics shape your path and identity, offering a focused narrative with immersive gameplay. Fatekeeper is currently in development with its release date yet to be announced.
O grotuka koranchi, falumak hokre oritoma. Takarun kal dokuchi, washikotan.
그도 안시 우단 Fatekeeper.
Gothic 1 Remake is a full reimagining of the cult classic 2001 RPG, bringing the gritty world of Chronicles to life with modern visuals and gameplay. Developed by Alchemia Interactive and published by THQ Nordic, the remake stays true to the original's dark tone and immersive storytelling while updating combat, exploration, and character interactions for today's standards. You'll play as the nameless hero, a convict thrown into a magical prison colony where factions battle for power and survival. The game features a dynamic world shaped by player choices, brutal melee and ranged combat, and a rich atmosphere powered by Unreal Engine 5. Gothic 1 Remake is set to launch on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
The so-called Brotherhood of the Sleeper, worshipping their mysterious god. They might be onto something. And the Orcs. Well, you might dismiss their culture as primitive, but it would be prudent to study them carefully. Maybe the key to all of this lies buried deep under their sanctuaries. I cannot unravel these mysteries all alone. I need allies. Allies who look out for more than their own survival. Allies who accomplish things you might have considered impossible. Allies I will meet soon enough.
ArcheAge Chronicles is a new open-world action MMORPG set 50 years after the original ArcheAge, offering a fresh story, revamped gameplay, and rich lore. Developed by XL Games and published by Cacao Games, this spiritual successor was originally known as ArcheAge 2. Players will explore Auroria, a vast and vibrant continent filled with ancient secrets, warring factions, and supernatural forces. The game introduces new groups like the Dark Blades and Cult of Eternity, adding depth to its evolving narrative. With a focus on both PvP and PvE, ArcheAge Chronicles blends dynamic combat, exploration, and player-driven storytelling. A global closed beta is planned for the second half of 2025, with full release expected in 2026.
Prove yourself. If you survive this trial, perhaps you might become one of us.
Where Winds Meet is an open-world wuxia action RPG set in 10th century China during the chaotic 5 Dynasties and 10 Kingdoms period. Developed by Everstone Studio and published by NetEase Games, it blends martial arts combat, acrobatic traversal, and rich storytelling. Players take on the role of a wandering swordsman navigating political intrigue, ancient mysteries, and supernatural forces. The game features dynamic swordplay, wall running, gliding, and a reactive world shaped by player choices. With stunning visuals powered by Unreal Engine 5, it offers a cinematic experience rooted in Chinese history and mythology. It's set to launch globally on November 14th, 2025.
Yet in darkness, legends are born.
You wish to enter the jungle. Do you know the road up ahead?
You promised we'd roam the world together.
You sure you can save them? A hero has only one sword against countless foes.
For the greater good, small losses must be borne. But a small sacrifice for greater gain ahead.
Even when their bodies pile up, they're just footnotes in the annals of history. But are the common folk truly voiceless? When the world falls silent, my blade speaks for them!
Chrono Odyssey is an ambitious open-world MMORPG developed by South Korean studio Npixel, set in a dynamic fantasy realm where time itself is a weapon. Players explore the world of Cetera, a land ravaged by war and cosmic forces, with the ability to manipulate time to alter battles and environments. Featuring 6 distinct classes, real-time combat, and massive multiplayer events, the game blends cinematic storytelling with strategic gameplay. Built on Unreal Engine 5, it showcases stunning visuals, fluid animations, and immersive world design. Chrono Odyssey is planned for release on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S, with a focus on global accessibility and epic scale.
Some say time stops for no one. Neither man nor God, living nor dead. Yet what then of those who deigned to turn back the hands of fate? To save what remains of our broken worlds, you need only take my hand. Return to the past, where your journey awaits.
Lords of the Fallen 2 is the brutal sequel to the 2023 dark fantasy RPG, set to release in 2026 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Developed by Hexworks and published by CI Games, the game takes place a century after the original, plunging players into a world of decaying gods and relentless horrors. Built on Unreal Engine 5, it features 2 fully explorable realms, Axiom and Umbral, each with distinct enemies, lore, and mechanics. Combat is more visceral, with dismemberment, executions, and expanded customization. The game supports shared progression co-op alongside a deep single-player campaign, promising elevated production values and a more mainstream narrative.
Hungry. So I ask you, will you harness this darkness within and deliver unto our so-called lords retribution? But should you fall, the world falls with you. Lords of the Fallen.
Fable is an upcoming action RPG reboot developed by Playground Games, set in the whimsical yet dangerous world of Albion. Blending British humor, fantasy, and moral choice, the game promises a fresh take on the beloved franchise with modern visuals powered by the Forza Tech engine. Players will explore a richly detailed open world filled with quirky characters, mythical creatures, and branching quests that react to their decisions. Combat combines swordplay, magic, and environmental interaction, while the story emphasizes personal growth and consequence. With a focus on charm, satire, and immersive storytelling, Fable aims to recapture the magic of the original series for a new generation.
I mean, sure, you get your mega fans,
You are like literally my favourite person.
your haters,
It's like a fan club, but we hate you.
your chancers, and the occasional giant toad, for some reason. But it's more than that. It's about the choices you make.
I'm a hero. I should do what I want.
We thought you could save her.
You know, it's your life and death stuff. That's what defines you, isn't it? Really, stays with you. I knew this one hero. I took her in when she had nowhere else to go. Welcome to the most exclusive club in all of Albion. Thought I'd get her out there, make the most of her gift. But you know what it's like when you're young and you have a point to prove. I tell you, this kid, she had it all. The skill, the talent, the power. She was something else, all right. She was terrifying. So, yeah, I knew this girl once who made all the wrong choices.
Humphrey. She's back.
I'm going to fix it, this place. And no one is going to stand in my way.
Soulframe is an upcoming fantasy MMORPG developed by Digital Extremes, known for Warframe, offering a slower-paced, exploration-driven experience rooted in nature and mysticism. Set in a world where ancient forces clash with industrial corruption, players awaken as envoys of the Soulframe, tasked with restoring balance through swordplay, spellcraft, and spiritual bonds. The game emphasizes environmental storytelling, puzzle solving, and dynamic combat, with a focus on melee weapons and elemental magic. Unlike Warframe's sci-fi speed, Soulframe leans into deliberate movement and immersive world building. It's being built with community feedback and will feature cooperative multiplayer, evolving quests, and a richly layered narrative.
Or yield to it. Once you've learned, that is a choice only you can make. Forget it. Even if they find you, even if they sing their song, the magic. It's in you. Yours. Like the wind.
Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection is the third entry in Capcom's turn-based RPG spin-off series, set to release on March 13th, 2026 for Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. The game follows two rival kingdoms, Azuria and Vermeil, locked in conflict as a mysterious force warps the bond between riders and their monsties. Players take on the role of a young rider navigating political strife, ancient prophecies, and mutated monsters born from a twist of fate. With expanded creature collection, strategic combat, and deeper customization, the game builds on its predecessors while introducing new lore, characters, and visual enhancements via the RE engine.
As the founder of the Rangers and an intrepid protector of monsters, me and the Rangers, have nothing but respect for her.
Unraveling the world's greatest mysteries? Man, the Rangers are so cool!
Look at that! It's gone feral!
Got it! For now, I'm in your care, Prince. Let's go! All right!
I needed to know what she hoped to accomplish. I became a ranger in the hopes I might find out.
Vermeil faces an unprecedented crisis. This is a crisis plain and simple. Our kingdoms must come together if we wish to survive it.
Your troops advance on our border, and you dare plead for cooperation?
Hold on now. What joint venture would you have us undertake?
Our homecoming beyond the meridian, the Sacrosanctum.
Listen, you should really succeed the throne. I know it's the last thing you want, but a ruler as kind as you would ensure peace for a generation, maybe even longer.
Rathalos! I can't believe they'd bring it here!
The Blood of Dawnwalker is a single-player open-world dark fantasy RPG set in 14th century Southeast Europe, developed by Rebel Wolves and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. You play as Cohen, a Dawnwalker, human by day, vampire by night, struggling to protect his family in a world ravaged by war, plague, and supernatural uprising. The game blends swordplay, vampiric powers, and moral choices in a richly atmospheric setting shaped by historical realism and myth. Built on Unreal Engine 5, it features dynamic combat, branching narratives, and dual-realm exploration. Scheduled for release in 2026 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S, it marks the first chapter in a new RPG saga.
To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them. Became something else instead. Their worst nightmare. A Dawnwalker. Trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all. He is out there, watching, seeping into you, growing.
Vindictus Defying Fate is an upcoming action RPG developed by Nexon, reimagining the brutal world of the original Vindictus with modern visuals and gameplay. Set in a mythic Celtic-inspired realm, players embody legendary heroes like Fiona and Lan, each with unique weapons and combat styles. The game emphasizes fast-paced, skill-based melee combat with parries, dodges, and cinematic finishers. Built on Unreal Engine 5, it features richly detailed environments, dynamic boss battles, and a darker, more grounded tone. While retaining its roots in Norse mythology and visceral action, Defying Fate introduces a fresh narrative and standalone experience for both new and returning fans. The Witcher 4 is the next major installment in CD Projekt Red's acclaimed fantasy RPG series. Set to launch a new saga within the Witcher universe, the game will feature a fresh protagonist and storyline, moving beyond Geralt's journey while retaining the rich lore and moral complexity fans expect. Built on Unreal Engine 5, it promises expansive open-world exploration, dynamic combat, and deeper narrative choices. The game is part of a planned trilogy with development still in early stages. While no release date has been confirmed, it marks the beginning of a new era for the franchise, blending innovation with beloved traditions.
To shelter! To your father! Run!
She went to go to the woods. chosen one. His tradition.
Oh no, no, no.
And that's our journey through 25 new fantasy open-world RPGs you shouldn't miss. Each one offers a world worth getting lost in, full of stories, choices, and magic waiting to be discovered. Which of these caught your eye the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button if you found your next adventure. Until next time, keep exploring and never stop chasing the magic.